Journeyman Theatre Productions presents The Gods, written by Tony Domaille. On Mount Olympus, Zeus and Aphrodite are unhappy.
Hey, Zeus.
Oh, it's you.
Nice welcome. What are you up to?
What do you think I'm up to? I'm looking down on the mortals.
You looked like you were trying to hurl down some thunderbolts on them.
No?
Yes, you were. You were doing that whole arm-stretched casting power thing.
No, I wasn't.
Zeus, I have seen you do that stuff since time began. Although, if I'm honest, I've never really understood why you get so cross with them down there. I mean, they're mortals, aren't they? They're bound to mess up. It's in their DNA.
What do you want, Aphrodite?
Nothing.
You never come up here unless you want something.
Why didn't it work?
What?
Your whole thunderbolt thing. Lots of theatrical arm waving and grunting, but I didn't even see a spark, let alone a bolt. Oh my. You're not.
What?
You know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
OMG, if you'll excuse the double meaning. You haven't lost your potency, have you?
No?
You have, haven't you? Oh, well, who knew that could happen after millennia of being king of the gods? You've lost your mojo.
Will you keep your voice down?
It's nothing to be ashamed of. It really does happen to most men eventually.
I'm not a man, I'm a god.
Quite right. And that's why you've held on to your mojo for thousands of years, compared to...
Compared to what?
them, down there. I think we're giving them an average of 70-odd years at present. Some of them will lose it pretty early on. Others will keep it until quite late. But all of them lose it in the end.
I have not lost my mojo. I'm just tired, that's all.
I'm not surprised. When was the last time you came down from the summit of Olympus? Poseidon doesn't think he's seen you since 1892.
Someone's got to keep an eye on the mortals. They're getting worse, you know. There was a time when I could put someone like Hercules on the ground, and at least the wars would be over pretty quickly. Now...
It keeps Ares occupied.
Being god of something doesn't mean that thing has to be perpetually happening. Ares is god of war, not god of fighting all day, every day, as far as the eye can see.
I see what you're saying, Zeus, but some of us do need to make sure what we are god of stays very much at the forefront. I wouldn't be much of a goddess of love if I just let love be occasional, would I? Look at that mortal, for example. He's spreading love all the time.
I know, and he'll keep on doing it until his wife finds out.
Come on, Zeus. What's this all about?
Well, if I'm honest, I think I made a bit of an error giving Pandora that box with all the evils of the world in it. I mean, look at the mess down there since she opened it.
Funny, really. She let out greed, envy, hatred, pain, disease, hunger, poverty, war, and death. You'd have thought that collection of evils would have finished the mortals, but they took it all in their stride.
Remember the dawn of time? The mortals were all scared witless of us gods and what we might do to them. Keeping them in line was easy. Fast forward to today, and what have we got?
Things have certainly changed.
Changed? They've trashed the place.
The human race has grown up, I suppose.
It used to be so simple. 2,000 years ago, if some of them were starving, it was because whoever was god of harvests...
Demeter.
Yes, Demeter. Where is she, by the way? I haven't seen her for decades.
Retired.
What?
She retired. The mortals have got so good at agriculture and farming, she felt powerless, so she gave it all up.
Well, there you go. 2,000 years ago, if some of them were starving, it was because Demeter had the power to make or break a harvest. Now she's retired because the mortals have reached a point where they've made a perfectly good goddess redundant.
I'm still quite busy. There's nearly 7 billion of them now, and that's quite a lot of love to look after.
I think greed, envy, and hatred are more in evidence than love these days. I've had enough of them.
Oh dear, you have lost it, haven't you? Maybe we should get some help. Who's god of storms again?
It's me. I'm god of storms.
I thought you were king of the gods.
I am. But that doesn't stop me taking other responsibilities, like storms.
Really? Who started that hurricane down there then?
Natural occurrence.
Or what?
If it isn't bad enough we gods have less and less influence and power over the mortals, now nature seems to be doing its own thing.
Wow! I had no idea things had drifted so much.
If I'm honest, Aphrodite, I'm pretty much wondering if there's any point going on.
You're not going to do anything stupid, are you?
Like what?
Like, kill yourself.
I'm immortal. You're immortal. We're all immortal up here.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, ending it all isn't an option. But packing the job in is.
Resign from being king of the gods?
Honestly considering it.
You can't do that, Zeus. What would the rest of us gods do? We need you.
None of us is needed anymore, Aphrodite. Have another look down there. They stopped needing us a long time ago. They don't sacrifice their young to us anymore. They're not scared of us. They couldn't give a monkeys. They predict their own weather and put earthquakes and volcanoes down to science. They shrug their shoulders if there's a poor harvest and just eat something else. They've got medicines to deal with sickness and education to get them wise. They don't even think a total eclipse of the sun is us getting angry anymore. Do you know what they worship now?
Isn't it us?
No, it's bloody Kim Kardashian and winners of the X Factor.
Seriously?
And there's a good proportion of them don't even believe we exist.
What? Oh, stop! You're making me feel ill.
I mean, where did it all go wrong? I'd wipe them off the face of the earth if I could, but I've lost my power over them.
I had no idea things had got so bad. If I'm honest, I had noticed it was harder to see them through the clouds of pollution, and the whole haves and have-nots thing has got more pronounced. But I was focused on whether they were still loving. And in fairness, they are bang at it all the time.
Sex.
What?
Sex and love do very much go together, but they're often quite separate things. They are indeed bang at it all the time, as you put it. But I'm not sure there's enough love around.
Oh, Zeus. I've lost it too, haven't I? I'm goddess of love, and romance went out the window when I wasn't looking.
I think we have to accept we gods are finished and start looking for a far less ambitious project.
Like what?
Well, between you and me, I've often thought I wouldn't mind running a meze restaurant.
Really? Well, that's a bit of a come down from King of the Gods, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. At least the mortals might show a bit of gratitude if we put a Greek salad and a bottle of Retsina in front of them.
Oh, and they'd be paying too, wouldn't they?
Euros? None of that old sacrificial lamb nonsense. Hard cash.
We could buy a place in Santorini.
A bit hilly and a strain on the old knees. How about roads?
Oh, what the Hades! We've been up here since who knows when. Let's get off the mountain, get amongst the mortals and make some money.
You're up for it?
I am. What will we call your new restaurant?
Ah, that's easy. It just needs to be a name that suits the mortals. So we'll call it Mese Narcissus.
The Gods was directed by Phil Domaille. Chris Holland was Zeus and Sarah Wiggins was Aphrodite.